Greetings.
Girl, I'm so glad you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
My homegirl was on, and when I hung up the first time, she was like, I couldn't hear you. So I texted her and was like, you ain't hear nothing? I don't know how to fix that. And she was like, it might have been my phone. I was like, girl, you scared the hell out of me.
Yes. Well, wait, are you in Mexico right now?
I am.
Nice. As I say, yes, you know our networks don't be as good as America in these other places.
God showed me because I sure was like concerned, like, oh snap, I hope the Wi-Fi and everything cooperates.
Yes.
How are you?
I am good. I always call Saturdays my soccer mom Saturdays because it's the day that I'm with my children. Most of the day they have like all their classes. So I'm actually at the skate park right now waiting on my son. He was like, he's not going early today. So I was just gonna have to do my live in the car.
He told you.
Literally. And we have the other one here. So oh God, all the children. Okay, so we're in Ghana and all the children have surrounded my car asking me for stuff. So, no, you take it. You have it. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye. Oh my God. So hopefully they don't bother us.
Girl, it's all good. It's noise all around me. Well, I'm staying at a villa. You know, I'm here for.
It looks so nice.
Free.
No, I'm online. Okay. So tomorrow, okay. Okay. So you all can go. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Charlie. So, girl, at the retreat, but they had for today scheduled to do an excursion. So they're doing like a cenote and ATVs and zip lining. Yeah,
that's not fun.
I had this scheduled with you, and I've zip lined. I've knocked that off my to-do list, my bucket list. So I was like, I'm good.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But I want to come to Mexico so bad. I have so many people that go there that's been doing retreats and everything, and it just looks so beautiful.
It is.
It looks so nice.
It is. It's gorgeous. I was telling my boo last night, I was like, yo, Tulum is sexy.
That's what it looks like. It don't look like you're trying to make it look cute. It just look like it's just cute automatically.
It's cute. I'm real. It's just cute. I miss you. I'm glad I can see you online. But
oh my God, we have been working together and working amongst each other for so long. Back in the second lesson time.
Yeah. Back when I didn't get my shea butter from nobody but you, honey. I used to be like, yeah, my girl, she did it from Africa. This the good stuff.
This the real.
It's the real.
No, that's for real. I even have people now that still reach out to me that be like, can you just make some? And I'm like, that was a labor of love, y'all. That was a labor of love. I definitely did that out of love. But I say it every now and again. I'm like, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna make some shade or something like that.
I'm so happy for you though. Like, I'm so proud of you to just get up out of here. Were you from Memphis?
Yeah, I'm from Memphis. So I grew up in Memphis and Chicago. My mom was in Memphis and my dad was in Chicago. So I used to go back and forth as a kid, and then I just kept doing it up until adulthood too. So, but then once I became an adult, I mainly after college I just stayed in Memphis.
How is Miss G? I miss her energy too. She's get them good hugs.
She is so good. She actually, I just talked to her. She's been on her like I'm on my trips vibe. So she's just been traveling, booking flights. So she's really good. I'm really happy for her too, just to see her at this time in her life to just really be stress-free, to have her own schedule, to be living the life that she wants. It's really beautiful.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I love it. Because so often, by the time we've reached a certain level of, say, you know, we're in our maiden energy and our mothers have reached their crone energy sometimes. I know, like mine, she likes to travel, but when it comes to just doing stuff locally, she be like, child, I'm getting old.
Yeah, yeah,
oh, live your
yeah.
life. That's your
And
life.
it's nice. It's really nice to see her, and she has like another elder friend, and they be going. Like they was at a networking event the other day. I should have been there. I was like, I'm going to my name now. Why y'all are there? Because they were like there with all kinds of top people, and it was like and every time I'm just really inspired by her for that reason, or even just the fact that I feel like a lot of elders, especially in the States, still have to work. You know what I'm saying? They still have to be like really heavy on their finances, or they're in a really bad position if they're having to rely on certain things. And for her, she's really been able to thrive and just live at her level out here, and that's been really, really good.
That is awesome. No, I love to hear that, because that's so true. We have to think about like the economic impact. You know, a lot of them are counting on Social Security, or you know what I'm saying, and so they still have to continue to work. When it comes to the feminine energy in our culture, like a lot of times, like the physical male's not there, so totally get it's not a one size fits all situation. But I'm so happy for Miss G. She out here doing her thing.
Yes, she good. She all the way good.
Awesome. So how long have you been doing, because you know I'm familiar with Touch of Essence. I'm trying to catch up and keep up with Wellness Sanctuary. So how long have you been operating from this ministry?
So when I came to Ghana, I basically first just was like, okay, I'm just gonna bring Touch of Essence. I'm just gonna do what I already know. And so I would say 2019 is when I started to be like, okay, you know, people are asking more fees. They're asking for more offerings. They're like, okay, yeah, we know you know about the natural stuff, you know about the natural product, you're doing the yoga, but there's still something else that we want from you. So at that time, I was like kind of selling, I would say kind of, because when I first started selling metaphysical products or spiritual wellness tools, it was mainly from a perspective of me being a foreigner in Ghana, bringing in my own stuff, you know, for myself. I want to sage bundles for myself, and friends and other people who have moved out here being like, okay, I want some too. So can you like get it in bulk and sell it to us? So that's really how Wellness Sanctuary started, because initially it was just like natural products. So then I started to really get into womb wellness. I started to sell yoni eggs. I started to work with women with yoni steams. So it just kept opening up where people were like, okay, we need more from you. Okay, so what about goddess circles? What about, you know, having these consultations and talking to us about spirituality? Yeah, because Ghana really is a really religious, like people don't realize that, like Ghana is super religious, so very heavily Christian. So a lot of the young people here are really at a place of trying to learn and grow, really unlearn and relearn what they already know, because they have a lot of that ancient culture and a lot of that history already in their traditions, but trying to get back to those things because, of course, a lot of it has been lost through colonization. So a lot of younger Ghanaians come to me on a daily, just really trying to understand, like, well, how do you use this? And why do you use these tools? And why is spirituality important in astrology and birth natal charts? Like, yes, it's really powerful, you know, to really see it. So that's really where the whole Wellness Sanctuary came from, because it started with me just kind of doing small things like yoga, you know, having sessions with women, talking to women about wellness. And that literally grew into me actually having, you know, a whole platform, a whole brand around just wellness in general. So then that became mental wellness, physical wellness, as well as womb wellness.
Love it. You're really schooling me, because there a lot of people like me probably would have the misconception that because these practices originate a lot from you know, ancient Kemetic practices and from the continent of Africa, that they already know it, already practice it, but then we have to be reminded of colonization. We have to be reminded of the religious practices. And I mean, come to think of it, there's thousands of languages. So of course there would be various.
Just even in the translation. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't even think about that. And that's awesome that you would be intuitively led back to the motherland to teach those practices where they originate from, but in like a different region. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm always like, I'm even amazed because, you know, when I first came here, people are like, did you come here for this? And I'm like, I really didn't. I really just had an intention of, you know, coming here because my daughter's father was here. So her connecting with him. And then doing tours, which is something that most of us come here and do because obviously we're going to have friends and family who that want to come through. So you're going to be like, okay, well, exactly. So that was really my main focus. And that was where I'm going to put a lot of my energy. And as soon as I came, it was just like, people were just like pulling on me in such a way that even I feel really overwhelmed. So I am actually really grateful now that since 2019, since the whole year of return, guys, no, please, stay honey, close the door, close the window. It's fine, just leave them, they'll leave. The children are having a whole party at my window. I really wish I could show you. They're like, you about to give us something.
Something. What you got? You got something.
So it's fine. I'm letting this there, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, basically, people were pulling on me so much in year 2019. But say, honey, I'm gonna make you go out. So that's not okay. You're being too loud. 2019 was when they had the year of return here, so a lot of people started coming in. So now it is more of an abundance of wellness practitioners, holistic, wellness people having so many different offerings. So yeah, it's really good now to actually be here in the wellness scene because it's really growing. It's basically like America, 5 years ago or 10 years ago when wellness and veganism and all of that was just kicking in. And now just that same cycle is happening here.
Absolutely. I want to say first, I salute you because you were at a certain level of enlightenment about who you were and your purpose and all of that far before I was. Not say there's a competition or anything, but my point is that people who were carrying the torch prior to this day and age, like you said, that time when it started to become more mainstream, so to speak, I'm such honor for, because it's not easy now. I can imagine how hard it was then.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yes. Yeah, it's for sure. And I don't feel like even I was still just learning, just grabbing. I remember, people like Eshu Deli and I would just be like, wow, she's homeschooling all her children. They don't go to the doctor. Like, I was just like in awe of her and just other women like that I would be, coming across, especially in Memphis. Sometimes I really have to sit back and honor the fact that we actually did have women in our straight community that had a lot of knowledge that was pouring into us, at a young time. So I'm really grateful for that because it really took me to be in this community to see that, we did have people, we did have those elders, we did have women that at least a little older than us that could pour into us a bit. And so I am grateful for that because, man, sometimes out here I'm like, I need a elder. I need somebody.
Help me.
Help me. Help me.
I totally get it. Things are starting to pick up for me in terms of where I'm being led and answering my call and continuing to answer my call. And so that's how I even ended up here, girl. This wasn't part of the plan. I had this live schedule with us prior to even finding out about this retreat.
About the trip, yeah.
So the fact that we would be scheduled to talk about travel and wellness, and now I'm in Tulum and you're in Ghana, it's like,
Yes.
The divine.
That is so beautiful. And I've even been seeing your astrology posts, and I'm like, this is so beautiful. Because at the same time, yeah, we've known each other from a business perspective, but no. That is a taser, so unless you're gonna tase yourself. We gotta be safe in these streets. But yeah, it's just really beautiful to even see that from your page and to see like, yes, I love, you know, so many of the women that I was around. And like you said, whatever level of enlightenment we were at that time, it's beautiful to see us all kind of growing and gravitating into our purpose, into these beings, into these goddesses that are even inspiring other people. So it's really beautiful and powerful. I was saying that the other day. I was just like, wow, look at her. I love this. And I love just because I can say like, oh, this is where we started. This is where we used to be. You know what I'm saying? We were on our hustle, on our grind.
Yes, we were trying to get those tables set up before event start time. Like, it was real in these streets.
Real in these streets.
We were sisters in vending, honey. I promise.
Yes.
And it seemed like every time I had scheduled to set up an event at an event, there you were. So it got to the point where you knew who this fact, me, you, Kim, with Urban Chocolate, my sister.
Yes.
Like you already knew who was gonna be there. So, family at this point.
For sure. It definitely was. So I'm grateful for it. I'm like, that was my founding. That was when I was really growing into myself. So I'm grateful for even that time.
Yes. What motivated your move to Ghana?
To move? There was a few things at that time when I was thinking of moving. Like I said, my daughter, her father is Ghanaian, so that was one of the main reasons why I said, okay, let me really consider, you know, moving, because we had moved here in 2013. I had a teaching position. That was when I was teaching then. And it was good, but I was just like, I don't know if I want to work in Ghana. If I'm going to be here, I would really, you know, want to be an entrepreneur here. And so we went back. That's when I think I moved to Atlanta. So that was a whole vibe. I always say Atlanta is a bit of a portal in itself. It kind of puts you into things and grows you in so many different ways, and then you can bounce out of it. So then I think I was in between wanting to go to Dubai to teach. And my partner at the time, he was like, well, if we don't move out of the country, let's just move to Ghana. Like, let's just go back to Ghana. And at that time, I think Trump was coming in, and my last born, which is a boy child, which is a boy child, was coming. Oh, he was about to be 1. So we were like, we're ready to just roll out, you know, before he even turns 1. I remember that became the goal.
I remember you
so yeah, by the time he was 1, we were here in Ghana, and we had just decided to move. And, you know, it's so funny, at that time, I don't even really think I had any long-term plans. I don't even really think I really thought so seriously about it. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, this is something I do, you know, I'm just gonna bounce to Ghana. Maybe I'll be there a year or 2, and then I'll bounce back or whatever. Not really having any true intention behind it. But at that same time, leading up to Ghana, I was getting a lot of readings. Of course, being in Atlanta, I was just in a lot of circles and a lot of different healing groups. And it started coming to me that this move was going to be way more than I was thinking. It was going to bring
it's kind of like a middle ground between your spiritual experience here in Memphis and then your move to Ghana.
Say that again.
Atlanta kind of served as like a middle ground, kind of like training ground almost, you know.
Literally, I would call it that, the training ground. That's a great way to put it. It was literally the training ground. I feel like, yes, like my grounding, the building of self was in Memphis, like really where, especially being like starting entrepreneurship in Memphis, it really solidified my confidence and my self-awareness. And then going into Atlanta, of course, I didn't really know a lot of people. I just knew who I knew. And coming into that kind of spiritual community really started to grow me just in that self-discovery part of really getting to see yourself outside of the image or what people think of you or what you think of yourself or what your parents are, you know, all these different things. So that became, like literally a training ground. Like that's where I was deep in it, like laser focused on any goddess group that I was in. I remember Sister Asada. She's also from Memphis. I was like laser in to her. Questions, like just shadow work. Yes, just really digging in, just really trying to understand. And so, at that point, coming into Ghana, it really made me feel like, okay, you have some backing now. Like, you know, you could really come with something now. You can really try to help other people now. So it was powerful in that way.
Awesome. I don't know how familiar you are with tarot, but it's giving me that Empress energy, you know, like being in gestation, in creative mode, and then giving birth, being prepared to give birth. Now, you had already physically given birth to your son, but then by the time you moved to Ghana, it was time for you to give birth to Wellness Sanctuary.
Exactly. That's a beautiful way to put it, because I feel like that's when I was the most connected to my womb. Like, even though I'd had children, I'd had home births, I understood the strength of my womb and the power of my womb. But at that time, coming into Ghana, I really started to connect with my womb and really understand, okay, what does this do outside of creating babies?
Yes.
Like, what else?
I'm pretty sure it had a lot to do with like the sacred energy there. You know, we have ley lines and vortexes and portals all over the globe.
Yes.
And, I'm pretty sure it had a lot, your ascension and just needing to be there during that time up until now had a lot to do with that energy.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a powerful journey. And I mean, definitely challenges. Like I always like to tell people, healing and growth does not come easily. It doesn't mean that it's all just peaches and cream, as they used to say. Like, it literally comes with a lot of challenge. It literally comes with a lot of just self-discovery. Like you said, shadow work, inner child, like just really seeing yourself. But it's just been powerful in the same sense.
The rewards are just as plentiful. I can think back to times. Let me first say hey to my sister Enlightened daughter. Hey girl, hey. Hey everybody. Thank y'all for joining us. I am in Tulum right now, Tulum, Mexico, and my sis is in Accra, Ghana. And you know, I remember a time of doing shadow work where girl, I was just in the tub, like oohing, like, God, what is this? And it's like I was purging, I was having visions of some childhood trauma, things that I had stuffed down and repressed. And that work is no joke. Like, people see the outward expression, but it takes a lot to get to the point to even be able to confidently sit and represent yourself as who you are now and talk about these things. Because I done been in the tub in the fetal position again, that Empress Mother energy in gestation, but in private, you know, doing that shadow work and because that energy, that stuff got to come out.
It does. It really does.
Then being led on various retreats. And that's why I felt the need to speak about travel so much, because can't stay in, I mean, you can, but it doesn't behoove us to stay in one space all the time, but want to expand energetically. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to expand physically as well and see the vastness of this world. Like, it has so much to offer. There's so many people we need to meet. On my way here, girl, I had 2 delayed flights. I got up at 6 that morning for a 9:20 flight. Flight didn't take off to about 11 or 12.
Oh gosh.
Then my connecting flight was delayed. Hey sis, hey sis. Pat, hold on. Y'all forgive me, I'm hungry for one thing. My sis Pat joining us. Hey lady.
Greetings, Pat.
When I tell you that day I had 2 delayed flights. Then I missed the shuttle for the retreat. The ladies were meeting at the airport. And
oh man.
2 shuttles. I missed the shuttle. Tulum is an hour and a half outside of Cancun. And I had to fly into Cancun. So now I got to figure out how to get from, I didn't even have to figure it out. The lady on the plane sitting next to me had a private car. And the person who was supposed to ride with her didn't come. And she invited me to ride with her to Playa del Carmen, which is an hour outside of Tulum. So then that got me a little closer. And when we got to her condo, there was a taxi sitting outside of her condo, doing absolutely nothing but ready to take me the rest of the. And I said, this can't be nothing but God.
Literally.
The conversation that she and I had during that ride from the airport to the her condo, I said, this is why I missed my flight for the
literally.
We're having. This is why I was meant to have this conversation with you. If I never see her again, in that moment, I know I was meant to be on the plane from Orlando. First of all, flies with the intention of getting to Tulum from Memphis to the other side of the globe to Orlando. I thought that was strange anyway.
Right, because I'm like, why would you go through Florida?
Frontier. That's why it was cheap. That Frontier flight, I'd never flown with them before, and I was skeptical. And I followed my intuition and just rolled with it. And even the people on the plane around me were like, is it that you have a connecting flight in Orlando and you're not spazzing right now? Like, you're not bothered. It's gonna work out.
Exactly. That is when the best moments happen. Like exactly what you said. That's when you really get to see, like, oh, okay, divine is working. Like the answers is on my side. I'm sure you guys want to see this. Yes. Because it's just like it doesn't. I guess it doesn't make logical sense, but it makes spiritual sense. Like it's just like, wow, wow,
and even more divine. Because I like to, I was gonna say even crazier, but I like to replace the word crazy with divine. Oftentimes it's just exactly what it is. So even more divine, I had on a Harriet Tubman sweatshirt. I bought the sweatshirt because Girl Trek was doing an honor Harriet Tubman thing, which had been very synchronistic for me to tap into Harriet Tubman's energy of leading people out of the dark and being vigilant about your approach. So bought my sweatshirt, participated in the movement on her patron day. And the sweatshirt is what made the lady on the plane start talking to me.
Because of the sweatshirt.
She was like, oh my God, where'd you get that shirt? And I was telling her, like, I got it from Amazon. And the why we just started talking. And then when we had a very intimate conversation on the way from the airport to she doubled back to that sweatshirt. She said, that type of energy really inspires me because what I'm going through, I'm needing the strength to, make some moves in my life. I was like, y'all never amaze me.
Yes, I love that. I love those happenings. I love those type of stories because it's just another example, another confirmation of just like the power that we ourselves have to even acknowledge that these type of instances are happening for us and that there is a reason for them. That's the powerful part.
And I'm on my way to a retreat, a wellness retreat, to get my cup filled. And God said, you got a little bit in the reserve. Give us some.
Exactly. And then you're still getting yours. You're still getting poured into. That's beautiful. So how long is this retreat?
It is a 6-day, 5-night retreat.
Oh, so yeah, this is a nice few days.
Yeah, it's been facilitated by Divine Soul. I don't want to butcher her name. Theresa Nagel. We call her Terry.
Okay.
And Malika Ma'at, she does like sex coaching and astrology.
Nice. And Divine Soul, who does the sacred dance.
She's
beautiful. I have been wanting to go to one of her retreats. I bet that is fun.
She has another one coming up that's going to be in LA, I think.
Okay.
She's going to be a part of the one in LA, and then she does her own, because she lives here. And
I follow her, so I'm always seeing her out there.
Yes, this is dope. I love her energy. And Queen of Nature, she does womb healing out in LA. I have to connect all y'all. Because it's a community at the end of the day.
Sure.
But Queen of Nature in LA, she does womb healing as well with yoni steams and tea blends and things like that. So I have been so enjoying their energy. It's been a breath of fresh air. Everybody's been delightful, and we just get started. I just got here Thursday night.
Oh, I love it. I love it for you, sis. Like, that's one of my things. I've just been like, I need to be poured into. I pour so much, you know, and it is beautiful that we are growing here and we do have more wellness practitioners here. But sometimes I'm like looking on Instagram, like, I miss this. I miss these goddess circles of women just free and wild. You know, it's beautiful here because we do have women that are tapping in, but of course they're at a stage where they're kind of just starting to see, and I just be wanting that wild woman that's just like out and like, I know this is me, this is how I move. You know, and I sometimes need that energy as well to be around, so it's just beautiful to see it. But yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna have to come out to some retreats now outside of Ghana because
we can go together, girl. I would definitely include the information for you all so that you all can check out Queen of Nature and the rest of the ladies and all of the events that they have coming up, because they've got other things lined up as well. I just found out about this 3 weeks ago. They were advertising on Instagram. I pulled some cards on it because, you know, I have to connect with my people, and they were like, go, hurry up and go.
Down and go. Down and go.
Hurry up and go. You deserve it. You earned it. And one thing the spirit have really been speaking to me about is just having done all this work on myself, the healing work, the shadow work, the inner child work, the divine feminine work, working on my toxic masculine energy, all of that, but not taking the time to be like, okay, let's go celebrate. You did that. Yeah. And so that's what this is for me, like just a pop, like you said, pour into myself and celebrate my growth. And that's why I urge people to place travel and wellness as a priority. Make it
such a priority. It's such a priority. Even here in Ghana, like, people are like, wow, you've been everywhere. Like, I travel all around this country whenever I get a chance. Because for me, this is new. It's not like I grew up here, so I can say, oh, okay, well, I live here, but I travel. I'm like, I'm still getting to know this place. It's still so many beautiful places. And just, you know, taking out the time, because I live in the city. So pretty much the way I live is like I'm living in New York, because that's how Accra is. It's not even like Memphis or Atlanta where it's more still that southern feel. It's like straight up like I'm living in New York. So sometimes I'm like, oh God, traffic to, you know, just the lifestyle being super hectic. The wellness aspect of leaving even Accra and going to smaller, more rural areas, going to other resorts, and really taking out time to just pour into me is so important. So I definitely agree with you. Like, traveling, and just traveling period, like you said, it just makes you so aware of so much. It makes you more humble sometimes to see like what you have versus what other people are going through. It really just makes you see that there's more than what you think and how you think things go. Like, especially here spiritually, I've learned so much. You know, we have our practices in the especially within the community. But when you're really here on this ground, it's another level. Like it's a totally different level of spirituality and knowledge of self and grounding. Like really everything out here is like, yeah. So it's just, you know, the connection to the ancestors, all of that is just like just a whole nother level, yeah, with it. So, you know, just even being able to see that and see people, I think what's really powerful for me is like people who maybe don't even identify as being spiritual or identify with the things that we would consider are the spiritual community or stuff like that. Like, but they'll be everyday people, but they still will have that little knowledge of like, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. You know, you still got to pour that libation. You still need to honor, you know, those certain things. And I think that's so powerful here that it's ingrained in us. That's how we know, like, it's in us. Even those of us who are outside of this place, it's in us.
It's just a matter of our remembering who we are, getting back to what's already within us. It has nothing to do with reaching for, grabbing, connecting with anything outside of us.
Nothing. You really don't have to. I tell people that, like, I don't sell wellness tools. I offer these things to you, but I don't sell them because everything is you. When you really look at it, you can use all of these things all you want, but everything is truly you. You have the power to do whatever you want to do or whatever you don't want to do. So yeah, it's really powerful to see just the differences when you're going outside of what you know. You know, even just Memphis to Atlanta, it was different. Yeah. You know, Chicago to Memphis, it was different. When I went to school in Wisconsin, it was different. So just being able to see different things and different ways that people hone in or pour or celebrate or however, whatever it is, it's really beautiful. And it challenges you as well as helps you to reward yourself. Like you said, like you are celebrating yourself in this beautiful way, in this beautiful place. So that's beautiful.
So Loris Jupiter, hey sis, my sister. I got a couple of my sisters from Houston, Project Butterfly Houston.
Oh, beautiful, Houston. Hey, it's a few people from Texas in Ghana right now.
Awesome. Yeah, you know, Texas is a huge melting pot of cultures. I got to get back to Houston, and I've never been to Dallas, but I have been to Houston. But that was the thing that stood out to me the most about Houston, like huge cultural melting pot there.
Yeah, I've heard. I've never been myself, but greetings. But I have heard that as well. And I know a lot of Ghanaians specifically either are connected to Houston or have family there or live there and come back and forth. So yeah, I can definitely see that. And I have a few friends that are from Houston and Dallas that live here.
Awesome. That's right. You know what? Here in Memphis, and it's so important that we're talking about this because here in Memphis, with it being such a small city, you know, like I know, there are people who never went outside of Memphis other than maybe Tunica, which is what, a 2-hour drive to the casino type of deal. Like they don't travel, and then sometimes, you know, you get people who they blame their financial status situation on it. No, you have to prioritize.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, people even tell me like, oh, you have children. I could never have children. I have this. They have that. And I'm like, girl,
as long as
I can't let it stop me.
I'm telling you.
I can't let it stop me. You just have to make it move. And children are so resilient. They will flow with wherever, whatever, however.
Exactly. And it's good for them to get that travel in too, because all these little stop-eat babies, you never know. You might be taking them back to where they lived the past life, or, you know,
girl,
it ain't it's all interconnected. It's all intertwined.
It's very real. It's very real. Like I'm even amazed sometimes at my children and just how they like even latch onto the language or you know, just anything, and you'll be surprised that how your children will really expound in these different places. Yeah. So it's something that we just need to be open to, period, with ourselves, with our children, with our families. When we first moved out here, I actually had one of my little cousins to come and stay with us for a year, and she schooled here, and she's from Memphis. And I was just so impressed with her. I was so proud of her for being here, for being able to handle it and flow with it, because it's different no matter what. It is going to be challenging, and it's going to be different from what you know. But she did really well, and you can tell it really, even once she went back to Memphis, it still expounded her mind in such a way where she was just more open.
Able to lock her in. She's had so much exposure, and thanks to you in large part, because as a divine feminine, the decision you made affected your
the whole lineage.
So everything attached to me wins. I think all the time, and just it doesn't put pressure on me with the decisions that I make. I'm honored to have that power as a woman, to know that when I make decisions, there's a trickle down effect, and it affects those who are attached to me. And that's even further why I can't have nobody draining or leeching or up to no good, or doesn't put in what they getting out of me around me.
No, that's a no-go. I think one of my astrologers, Kateria Knowles, said that.
I love her.
And I think after 2021, she was like, nobody gonna be able to deal with anybody unless the energy is right. It ain't gonna be like, oh, where you from and how you do this and what's your career. It's gonna be like, what's your energy? Let me feel this energy first, because if it ain't right, then we ain't gonna be able to move. We ain't gonna be able to do much of nothing together.
That's it for me here lately, just having to tighten up, and that's part of the reason why, and I'm glad we're talking about this. I travel alone a lot. Because when it comes to this, the whole point of it is for me to go have some peace, or to go have some fun, or to go explore some new foods, or a museum, or whatever it is I'm trying to do. I can't afford for outside entities and energies to mess that up. You can't come with me and be in your phone the whole time.
Yeah.
You can't. So that's so important that we manage our energy and who we have around. Because if you value it, especially when it comes to traveling, like everybody know, you can't travel with everybody. If you value your energy, you won't anyway.
It's true. Me, because I'm like a nature baby. I'm hippie with it. I want to be out. I want to be in the water. I want to be. So I can't travel with the, oh my God, it's gonna be so much sun.
Right.
No, I gotta be dirty and I'm gonna be sweaty. Girl, please, you better pack that swimsuit, get your hiking shoes. We about to be
go. Come on.
Yes.
Look, we have got to get together soon. We can go somewhere else. And, I definitely want to come over there. And when I come, I want to stay a few weeks or so. So I definitely want to get with you on that. I know you had sent me some information prior to COVID, and I was talking about how to get over there. But, girl, as long as I got the time to map it out, I'm ready to go.
Yes, and I love that. I love to see women these days like, honey, I'm out. I'm bouncing. I don't care what y'all want. I'm about to be out. So that's beautiful. We're actually, because I had taken off a bit from the tours, but I actually said that you and a few other people reached out, and I said, okay, this is the time. And then especially my family, because I'm still trying to get a lot of them to come over too. So I'm going to work on some tours after I have a retreat next weekend. So after April and May, I'm really going to sit down and work on some really good tours for family and friends, and just be like, this is it. You all come through. We're going to just make it a whole thing, a whole vibe.
And since your retreat is an annual thing, I'd love to just come this time next year for it. That would be a good
That
thing.
would be dope. And this is a good time too, because it's like right before rainy season. So it's hot, but then it's having its few rainy days. So this is a nice time to come,
Cool. Well, we'll work that out so I can come and even maybe be a part of the next retreat.
Yes, I would love that.
Come stay and chill and talk and all that good stuff.
Yes.
I'm with all the shenanigans.
All the shenanigans.
All the shenanigans. So let's tell the people what services you offer before we disconnect. I definitely want you to let them know what it is that you're offering, so that if they're ever thinking about feeling intuitively led or already planning to come to Ghana, they can check you out.
Beautiful. Yes. So I am Alma the Goddess. For those who don't know, with Wellness Sanctuary, we're here in Accra, Ghana. But I am in the process of building this brand to be more global and having more access to following all over the world, and specifically a lot of my American following. So what we're offering right now are holistic services like yoni steams, private consultations, and manifestation coaching. We also offer an array of spiritual wellness tools. So everything from sage bundles to crystals to hemp toothpaste. So we like to keep it all things wellness for real. We also have a cannabis brand here in Ghana. So we offer a variety of cannabis products. So, we're working on being a part of the normalization leading to legalization out here. So it's just been a really beautiful, beautiful time of growth and growing in the wellness field. This wellness in Ghana is something that, has slowly progressed. We offer even, vegan foods, vegan treats, because that's even something that has really grown out here and people have been more open to it. So we're just all about wellness, and that's why we have the Wellness Sanctuary. So whether it's wellness for your physical body, wellness for your spiritual, your spirituality, your spiritual growth, or wellness for your mental health. We have the tools. We curate wellness events as well as healing events to help you reach your full potential, your highest self.
I can't wait to come get some of that good.
Yes. So yes, we're gonna be in Ghana next time having this live.
Yeah,
we're speaking that already, but putting that in the ethers. So yes, thank you so much, love. I appreciate you asking me to come on. This has been a beautiful time. I'm loving this view. I've just been enjoying this view in your background the whole time.
I have pictures coming soon. Yes. Because I got in so late the other day, I've been getting off to a slow start with getting into the groove. But
honey,
I'm about
take your time. Yes, take your time.
Days, I'll definitely be sharing some pictures and whatnot. I thank you for being willing to do this thing with me and co-create with me today. I know it won't be the last time. And we will absolutely do it again. I'm definitely going to get with you on the flip side of things about coordinating some things for next April.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's get that together.
Awesome. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, sis. I know it's